everybody knows what this one is, mainly from how tacky the bottle is. But if you don't already know, this is Club de Nuit Intense Man. And I mean, just look at how cheesy this thing is. It's got like a little dangly chain here with a pendant, and it's just blinked out. The cap has got like a dice looking thing with sequins in it, and it's just really cringy. It's trying to come across as a luxury cologne, but it just looks so bad in my opinion. But it's not about what's on the outside. It's about what's on the inside. So, Club de Nuit Intense Man is, it's awesome. It is a fantastic fragrance. My first impression of it was not the best, though. When I got this in the mail, I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, man, like all the reviews have been so positive. Everyone talks about how much they love it. So I'm going to love it too. And so I opened up the box. When I finished gawking over how hideous the packaging was and sprayed it on, I was not impressed. So the reason was because it has a very, very strong citrusy introduction. It's one of the top notes is lemon, and it smelled like pine sol to me. You know, there's that like cleaning agent that people mix with like mop water, and then they they clean the floors with it, so it smelled like a janitor's closet to me at first. And so I was like, what? Why do people like this? This is not good. It's just really, it's pungent, it's abrasive, it's very strong, and I don't know, it's kind of got that like citrus, and I like citrus scents, but this one was just, I don't know, it's like you squeezed a lemon into your nose. I don't know, it was just way too in your face, way too present. And so I was not a fan at first. And I was about to start talking some major crap on this fragrance. But then the dry down took place. And the dry down for this fragrance is amazing. It's a very smoky, woodsy scent. It smells very masculine. You know, once that lemon scent disappears, and you're left with the mid notes and the bottom notes, man, it's fantastic. It smells like a very high-end barber shop. And you know, it smells very clean, very macho, regal. It smells high-end. I know that this is a clone of Creed Aventus, or a Blanker, whatever you want to call it. And I've never smelled Creed Aventus just because it's insanely expensive. And I've never been in somewhere where they have a sample available of it. But if it smells anything like this, then I understand why it's so expensive. Because it just smells high quality, and it smells, it's like nothing I've smelled before either. This is not something you smell commonly, you know. But like I said, it's very smoky. It's balanced with like a birch scent. I know that they heavily emphasize birch with this fragrance. You know, in some ways it almost smells like a shaving cream, and maybe that's why I think it smells sprayed this one on, and I was like, oh man, that's a really pleasant scent after the top notes faded away, of course, because the top notes are not pleasant. And I was like, man, like, for some reason in my head I had the idea that this fragrance would just fade away within a few hours because it's cheap. It's like $30. And I could not have been more wrong. This stuff lasts all day long. Like, I honestly would say it's like 16 to 24 hours of longevity. I remember spraying this one on, doing everything that I needed to do throughout my day, coming home, falling asleep, waking up the next day, and still smelling it. Honestly, it's insane. It's I don't know how this cologne manages to do that. Especially because it's only like $30, you know, like, what the heck? Who would have thought? So I guess overall, the price point is stupendous. $30 for a very high-end cologne. It lasts all day long. And when I say all day long, I mean it, and maybe even into the next day. So for those of you who like colognes and don't like to reapply, you need to get this. So overall, this cologne is just stupendous. I mean, for $30, you get a cologne that lasts all day long. It features some of the most masculine and inviting and unique scents that I've ever smelled. It is very masculine. I would say that this is something that, if you enjoy more neutral fragrances, this is not what you want. I'd say overall I'd have to give this thing a 4.5. It almost gets a 5. You know, it's so close, it's just not good. When you first spray it on, those top notes are just very, very strong. And not good. So it would get a 5 if it found a way to remedy that horrible introduction. But the middle notes and the base notes are uses sandalwood as one of the main notes. And for some reason, I typically associate sandalwood with the beach and with sunscreen, so I'm sure that's where I'm getting it. But it's very light, very refreshing, and, a very welcome scent. It's not one that I would say is very strong at all, though. Even when it's first applied, it's present, but it's not exactly noticeable. And within a few minutes, I don't think that it's detectable. And it might be because you're nose blind to it. But I don't know. I don't associate this one with being very strong. And that honestly, depending on who you are, that could be a good thing though. Like if you just want to throw something on that is light and projects mildly, just as an added hint, and maybe if you wanted to use this as a fragrance that you can layer with, you could go ahead and do that. So it's not super noticeable. It's a good fragrance. It smells very summery and it smells very fresh. And that sandalwood is, I think sandalwood is an amazing scent. So if you like light, refreshing, and present but not entirely in your face fragrances, I think you might like this one. You would think that because it's not super detectable, that the longevity would be bad. But I would have to stop you there and tell you that's not true. Because in my experience with this fragrance, the longevity has actually been really good. It has stayed there. I usually apply it directly to skin. I like to spray once on my neck, on both sides. So, sometimes I'll spray my wrists too. But with 2 to 3 sprays, you probably get around 8 hours of longevity. So, like I said, it's not super detectable. It's not like a very strong fragrance, but it's there and it stays there. And I was kind of surprised by that when I applied it, because I didn't think it was going to last very long just because it wasn't a super detectable scent. So, overall, the longevity is good. I think that the scent itself is very good. I love the sandalwood.